Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Oh God, good morning. I don't know how people do this. Good morning. Hi, everyone. There's an animal crying at the back of my house. I'm not sure if that's something I should be nervous about or before I even start. Can you guys hear me? Good evening, squaddies. Can you guys hear me? And can you guys hear me through the mic? Please let me know in the chat. Before I even start, can you guys hear me? Good evening, squaddies. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I can't see many people online. I hope people join. Like I said, we were supposed to start this broadcast at 6 o'clock this evening, but guys, I had to go do something and I lost network. Tired. I am tired. I wish we had. Oh, I'm trying to adjust the software for the OBS. I wish we had other things that we could use for our live. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of this applications. I don't think they do a good enough job. Let's see. Yeah. Just adjusting the. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good week? We're having a weekly roundup, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing? Hope you had a good week. I hope. Hey, Roslyn, how are you, dear? How's it going? I had an interesting week. This week has been weird. This week has not been great. But we're grateful that we can be here to do this with you, lovely people. Um, I hope everybody is getting ready for the weekend. You can't change the past, you can only look forward to the future. So it doesn't really benefit you, to be honest, to be obsessed with what went wrong during the week. You can only do your best to ensure that you have a better a better future to the best of your ability. Even then, there's no guarantee. You might make all the right choices, do all the right things, and your week is still shit. So we thank God always for good health. We have our bodies together, we have our soul together, we haven't lost our minds. When you look at it, guys, in the grand scheme of things, there are people who don't have a home. There are people who don't have their health. There are people who are struggling in ways that we are not struggling. So let's be grateful. Let's be grateful. What have I been? Oh, I hope I didn't mistakenly put this echo thing on. If my voice is echoing, please let me know in the chat because I can't hear myself. Let me check. Is my voice echoing? Ways that we are not struggling. So let's be grateful. Let's be grateful. What have I been? Oh, I hope I didn't mistakenly put this echo thing on. If my voice is echoing, please let me know in the chat because I can't hear myself. I'm not really enjoying. I'll be honest with you guys. I prefer when I wasn't using OBS because I feel like you could. OBS has a delay when you're receiving it, so I can't really hear myself unless. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking into the OBS application, and I'm also looking at the video of the live stream on YouTube because again, there's that 6 minute delay. So I want to be sure that I'm not messing up the sound in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully, I'm not. But anyway, like I said, grateful that we're here today. For those of you who could make it and join me, thank you. For those of you that are watching me for the first time, my name is N for Neka. I am a Nigerian. Yes. Taking the Nigerianness, very out and proud Nigerian based in the UK. I'm an engineer by trade, more into data engineer over the past few years, been doing quite a lot of work with AI. And I'm a Megan Sussex fan, a big Megan fan. I opened my channel properly. I think around this time last year, in December, I posted something about the ridiculousness of Blake Lively's allegations against Justin Baldoni, and my courage kind of grew from there. But I've had this YouTube channel for over a decade. I just never had the courage to use it properly, which I regret now because I feel like I'm good at it in a way, and I wish I had the courage to do it 10 years ago. And there's something that I heard from someone, and I believe it's a life ethos to always carry. It doesn't it's kind of like the sunken cost theory. So let me reword it the best way I can understand it. You know how it doesn't matter if you've walked 100 miles in the wrong direction, you can still turn back. So what that means is it doesn't matter how far down the road, whatever decision you've made in your life you've gone, whether it's your marriage, your career, you can still turn things around. A lot of people make bad choices and they stick with those choices because they feel, well, I've invested all this time, I've invested all this money, I've invested all this resource. So let me die on this hill. my my motto has always been, don't be afraid to pivot, especially as a person of color, because working in the corporate world, I grew up in Nigeria, and while we didn't have racism, we had tribalism. Racism is a different thing altogether. Every day I ask myself, how would I have grown up in this country with the level of insecurities that they put on black people, especially black women. You can understand why a lot of people are the way they are, and you try not to be too judgmental. Why they are skeptical, because the thing with racism, I always say, especially when it is institutional, it is there to distract you. I really believe that. I can't recall who said this. A great mind said it, but I can't remember who. Racism or any form of prejudice is a distraction. It's there so that instead of you focusing on the thing you should be focusing on, you're worrying about the wrong thing. So you can understand why a lot of people, especially in corporate spaces, don't progress, especially in the UK. Because if you want to progress in the UK, there's this kind of there's this type of personality you have to be. And let's keep it fair. I am not judging anybody. Everybody will do what makes them happy. But for me and how proud I am in my Africanness, in my femininity, I'm not willing to do that. Basically, I want it, but I don't want it that badly that I'm willing to sell out who I am. If I can't get it this way, I'll find another way to get it. But one thing I always tell people is whatever it is that you want to achieve, as long as you don't lose your humanity and your dignity, go for it. So that unnecessarily long intro, sorry, I was just getting myself, and I wanted us to get some more people on the live. There are 30 people watching. Hello. Hello, 30 people. Thank you for joining me. I hope you stay. We're going to be having a roundup today about, well, the week. For those of you, like I said, this channel is, if you've gone through my videos, which I haven't organized yet, sorry about that, guys. I feel like I will be making more money on this channel if I actually organize my videos. But I have that many videos. I have that many videos. It's going to be hard. It's going to take me hours to put everything together. But I think tomorrow I'll just dedicate 1 hour and just organize my playlist. If you go to my M4 Recaps channel, which I am building out, I started organizing that place. I've organized it from the beginning. The playlists are the playlists. So yeah, cool. Yay. So what are we talking about today, ladies and gentlemen? This week has been a lot in the world of the Sussexes, because those of you that are here, I presume you are either here to hear from or you are a fan of Megan Sussex. And if Megan is the person we know her to be, like me, She's a very busy woman. She's restless. She's hungry. She's hardworking. So of course, even though we don't necessarily see it, because Megan is very intelligent and her team around her are also very careful to not expose anything until they are ready. We can be sure to thank her biggest fans, the British media and the Rangers, for always keeping her SEO high. So, as I always do, this is for, let me start from now on. I will start raising a glass for Megan's biggest fans, Megan's OGs, Megan's day ones, the British press, the bitter the Rangers all over the world. Shout out to you, because as much as the squaddies are doing a fantastic job, and they are doing a fantastic job dragging everybody to filth on platforms, I don't think our numbers are big enough or even loud enough. Because let's keep it 500%. Squaddies are made up of people, not bots. Squaddies are made up of people, not bots. So we have a job, we have businesses, we have relationships, we have families, we actually have a life. So we cannot dedicate our 24 hours to, looking out for Megan. When we can, all over the world, we trust, we stand firm for the Duchess. But I have to give it to our haters, because of the amount of noise you idiots make and how loud you are and how utterly preposterous your talking points are. You have made Megan such a powerful SEO that even when I am asleep in the UK, I can sleep comfortably knowing that you morons are going to keep her name in the press. Either by lying, exaggerating, insulting her, being racist and jealous, you have made this woman very, very powerful. And I love that for you. So from now on, before I start my live broadcast, guys, I'm going to take time to dedicate it to the Rangers. Shout out to you for not walking outside and touching grass. Your madness, your jealousy has kept Megan's name in everybody's consciousness. And thanks to all that attention, her businesses are exploding. Everything she invests in sells out. Hate is still content. Content drives engagement. Engagement builds SEO. So shout out to you. Your hateration is always welcome, because you have made Megan very powerful. I love this for her. And yeah, because of that, we have some things to talk about this week, guys. I'm going to start with the first one. Is as ever shipping in the UK? So a couple of days ago, I posted a video that I found on X. If you're not on X, if you want to join X, I recommend that you do. I know a lot of people don't like that platform. I personally don't have any issue with it, because if you want to insult me, I am not shy. I will tear you apart. Nah, I welcome the insults. Come at me, brave. I welcome it. I welcome the shade. I welcome it, because you are not dealing with a sensitive flower. If you come at me, I will tear you apart. I will meet you halfway. In fact, I might even take things too far. I tend to take things too far. Why do I behave that way? Because I work in engineering and I'm a black woman. I work with men, white men, non-black men. A lot of men don't know how to work with women, don't know how to work with professionals. They either want you to be quiet, or they want to silence you. So you have to learn how to squabble and stand up for yourself. Even when you're wrong, ladies and gentlemen, even when you're wrong. And this is for the black girls in tech as well. Don't let anybody silence you. You're wrong, be wrong. You're wrong, be wrong. Don't let anybody silence you. Do you know why it's good to be wrong and loud? So that when you're wrong, you can be corrected. Yeah. So yeah, but be humble. I'm not saying be about it, but like, don't let anybody put you in your box. What am I saying? Sorry guys, I'm getting a bit carried away. I'm very happy with how the camera has been set up today, so I'm just looking at myself. Sorry about that. Yeah. So what are we saying today? So yeah, on X, if you want to join X, It's a good place because the squaddies on X do not play, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, I'm going to get a special effects button so that I can be doing special effects. Don't worry, I've ordered it from Amazon. So I'll be playing sounds when I make really cool points. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so the squaddies do not play, ladies and gentlemen. They do not play. They're not playing these games with you. They will drag you to the ground. And I personally believe the squaddies on X have chased away a lot of derangers from that. A lot of derangers, a lot of deranged Royal Rota. They don't. I don't really see them posting anymore because the squaddies on X, they are not standing for it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if you have a burner account, Richard Eden. We will find you and we will drag you to hell and back. Now, I said it at the turn of the century. Sorry, at the turn of the year. I did say though, if you really want to help Megan, as nice as it is to drag people, ideally you should be ignoring these people because a lot of them intentionally rage bait, and rage bait, because they're all broke asses, makes them money. But sometimes we're human, we can't help it. We have to push back. And I do welcome that pushback. I'm just saying, choose your battles wisely. Like for example, like I said, the thing about Megan's stock or inventory mistakenly being available on as ever website, that to me was an example of when I feel squaddies should have chosen their battles better. It's not every nonsense you need to engage. Sometimes it's best to let the idiots report nonsense and drag them. Not everything is worth engaging with. But yeah, I bring all of this to say on X, somebody within squatty circles, people started sharing that there is a UK company that you can buy as ever goods from. Now, I took that to mean, oh, as ever has created, you know what they have, resell partners. Yeah, they have some companies or some shipping companies, some companies can have resell authorized resellers of their goods, especially when they're still building out their supply chain. So I was like, oh, is that how Megan wants to do it? I was thinking because I was wondering, and I'm still kind of wondering, why don't we yet have international shipping? Yes, I know supply chain. Yes, I know food. Yes, I know all that. But I was thinking, because Megan is so intentional and she's from her podcast, she said she likes to support smaller businesses and help obscure businesses grow. I thought, oh well, that makes sense. If you're breaking into a market, you aren't selling in. Have some author or some resellers do it for you. Maybe that's the way she wants to actually do it. Now, I posted it on my channel that as a short that guys, if you want to buy your UK products, go to this company called Gift Eat Love. Now, I found out later on because I posted it and I went back to work. I found out later on that some squaddies had started pushing back on the company, that they were saying, and very rightly so, that Megan has not made any formal announcements yet. So like, why are we reposting it? So I thought, the responsible thing to do, let me one contact the company Gift Eat Love and see if one, are they authorized resellers for Duchess Megan. If they are not, how do they fit into the whole thing? Are they just reselling on their own? And I did, guys, and I got a response which I want to read for you. As you can understand, I'm not going to share my screen yet while I read this response because I don't want my email information to be out in the public. But let me see if I can open it in a way and read it, and let's see. Yeah. Like I said, they got back to me. Shout out to them for getting back to me. I wasn't necessarily nervous, but I thought, let me ask anyway. Let me see if I can get it on here without, okay, without my email showing. I would, but I don't know if I can. Mm. So, okay. Okay, guys. So this is it, right? With regard to your query about brand affiliation, as stated on the product page, this item was independently sourced and imported by Gift Eat Love and it is offered through our online shop. We are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or acting on behalf of as ever. Is everybody cool? Did you guys get that? They're not they're not an authorized partner of as ever. Let me see if I can get the website up. Then I'll share my screen. Yeah. Oh, wrong screen. Yikes. Let me let me take it from here. Now, like I said, guys, to me, I'll keep it 500%. It looks legit. I'm not getting the impression this is some sort of, company out to get us or something like that. It just seems like they had an idea. They're a typical resale shop, they're not out to get anyone. Now, I'll be clear. Somebody was saying something along the lines of, what if they are part of what if it is run by a deranger? That is a risk that we're going to have to take because I don't know. But I'll be honest, do I really care though? Does it matter? And I'm happy to hear your thoughts on this, guys. I know some people are very passionate about it, but the reality is, unless you are willing to spend that money, okay, unless you're willing to spend that money and ship internationally, having a UK reseller couldn't hurt. I'll Thanks, Rosalind. Guys, please like the live. I was going to mention that there are 68 people here. Bloody hell. Okay, please like the live, like, guys, so that we can gain traction. Like. Super chat, even if it's just £1. Things like this will help the live grow. We have 68 people here. That's incredible, actually. Hi, 68 people that are listening. Hi. Please like the live. Please like the live. Rosalind, Electra, Laura, I know you're a hater. I don't care. Like the live. Joyce, like the live, like the live, like the live, so we can gain more people. Yeah, so like I said, this is the website here, Gift Eat Love. You can see it's not only Megan stuff they are selling on there. I'll be honest, even though the markup is side eye worthy, even if hi Twinkie Twango, even if the markup, and I was side eyeing them for this because I was like, why is the markup so high? But I guess that's what happens in the business of reselling, drop shipping. They have to get their own because it's not easy shipping from abroad. Do I think it's original? I think it might be. I don't know. I don't know. Unless we ship. So I decided to take one for the team, guys. So I've ordered something from them and I'm going to do a live again. If I get it, we have our lives twice a week. So when I get the goods, I'm going to do a live so that you can watch me drink what I ordered. I personally don't see any reason why they would fake it. I think it's just a case of, hey, hi Denise. I think it's just a case of, look, do you want to spend $95 to buy two jars of jam, or do you want to buy it from people locally who can get it to you on time? Maybe there's a little markup because it's not easy shipping from the US. It's up to you. All of this would be mitigated if Megan gave us international shipping. So yes, I am low-key kind of blaming Megan for this, but I understand where Megan is coming from. Don't fight me. I get it. It's not easy scaling up a supply chain especially, don't forget, guys, Megan is being heavily scrutinized, so she literally cannot afford to make a mistake. She literally cannot afford to make a mistake. Choosing the wrong supplier, choosing the wrong thing will become public news. So everything has to be intentional and careful, and that means that we have to wait. So you have a choice. You can buy it internationally yourself if you have the money to do it. I did it before. I bought in bulk, or you can buy from the UK company and pay the extra. So yeah, like I said, I'm not getting any impression this company is fake. Look, they're selling Moe, they're selling macarons from other places. I don't get the impression that they're fake. In fact, that's actually a pretty clever idea. Buy it in bulk offshore, put a markup and sell it locally. That's clever. That's business. There's a need. They've understood that a lot because guys, let me show you something. If you go on their website, everything is completely sold out, you know. Let me check. So they've, like all good business people, they've identified a need. Let's look at their website. So we are on their shop. Let's look for Azeva. Ah, see? See? Check it out, guys. See? The Napa Valley Rosé sold out. She has the chocolate. Oh, come on. Wait, I said Azeva. Why are they showing me things that are not Azeva? Wait, check. Never categorically say I wanted to see Azeva. Let me check. Aha. So look at what they have from Azeva, guys. You can see it's selling out. They have sold out had hibiscus tea. They've sold out the flour, the crepe mix. They've sold out all the tea is sold out. Wow, okay. When I checked, they weren't all sold out. Okay. The limited, oh, I might get the honey, you know, but that 80 quid. Was it selling for 80 quid? Nah, that's too much of a markup. They should go and sit down. The toddy, shit, they had the toddy. Ooh, I was going to buy all these things, you know. I don't like the markup, but like I said, guys, if you try and buy it internationally, you will still pay that markup because shipping it to the UK is not going to be cheap. So I guess it depends on you. What are you willing to sacrifice? I guess. But oh wait, they have more strawberry. 17 quid. Ooh, I might buy it. Available on back order. What does that mean? You see that? You see? Those of you who want to try that strawberry spread, you know, I might close my eyes and buy, ladies and gentlemen, because I was telling you guys that the strawberry spread was the truth. That was incredible. That strawberry spread, I'm still thinking about it. I have like maybe half a jar, but I've had to be careful since December. I've not touched it. I finished all the honey. The honey with the honeycomb, I think that's the best. I think it's the sage honey. That's the best one. That thing, it literally tastes like caramel. It tastes like caramel. I licked the whole thing last night while I was doing some work because I'm my lady time. Oh, guys, see. So look, it's a good idea. Although I think they are taking the piss with these prices, but I guess what do you expect? You know, it's again, people will prefer to buy it this way and buy the markup than doing international shipping. And frankly, I don't blame them because easily with depending on who on the company you're using, you could easily spend at least $80 on top of what you're buying, and for what? So you have to buy in bulk. So you can't say, okay, let me buy maybe 2 or 3 jars. You have to buy like 6 jars to make it worth your while. So if they can make it available, good for them. And again, do you know what I love about this company? Not if they are able to be successful with this thing, do you know how many other resellers will pop up and also add their markup, right? So this is again metrics. When we tell people that Megan is making money and she's selling out, this is metrics because not only is she selling from her own website, people are buying in huge bulk and reselling. So these people may have bought maybe 1,000 stock of each, 10,000 stock of each. Yeah, 1,000. 1,000, let's say for the jam is what 13, let's say the jam is $8. That's what $8,000, right? Then the rest. Now, do I think Megan is going to be happy people are marking up stuff and selling it? I don't know. I'm sure she wouldn't be, which is why I'm very sure very soon this will probably push them to make international shipping available soon. But like Megan has always said, she's not following our time. She's following her time. So I get it. I get it. So that's the as ever thing. Like I said, ship gifts based on the feedback and on their own website. This is a reseller. If you want to buy from them, like they are not authorized resellers, guys. So buy at your own risk. And yeah, that's it. Oh, thank you. Please like, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to grow the chat. Please like, please give a super chat. No matter how small, all of these things show people and help the algorithm. So yeah, exactly, Andrea. Don't forget, it's very expensive shipping the stuff from the US. I will never understand why it's that expensive, but hey, capitalism. So the next thing we're going to move on to, ladies and gentlemen, is the leather. Megan released her leather, her bookmark, right? I know we've already spoken about it, but because we're rounding up the week, Megan released her bookmark and it's completely sold out. Again, another, if something like a bookmark can sell out, yes, I know it's limited edition, but if that can sell out, what are we talking about? Are we still doubting the why are we still doubting Megan at this point? Right? It's a joke. If a bookmark can sell out, a bookmark. Sorry guys, one sec, let me just clean the camera. If a bookmark can sell out, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about? It's a bookmark and it's sold out. So again, it just feeds into the conversation of Megan's SEO and how beneficial the Megan brand is. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, thank you for that, Electra. I didn't even catch that, you know. Ooh. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Exactly, Denise. That is a, you know, I didn't even notice that. Of course, oh my God, no wonder. No wonder Billy Idol had to hire his crisis manager. Yes, so as mentioned, Megan's as ever sold was a rousing success as always, completely sold out. And to the very good point that has been made, let me just look at this again. Yeah, sold out for $18. I'm presuming maybe 10,000 was made. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe 10,000. It could be more. Megan doesn't owe us anything. She wouldn't tell us, so that's okay. 10,000 maybe was sold, all completely sold out. Incredible work by Megan. And what I love about it, it wasn't just the bookmark, the sage honey, the lemon tea, and the bookmark also sold out. I keep telling you guys, if you've not had Megan's sage honey, that thing tastes like caramel. I'm thinking of how I can buy it again, you know. This honey is delicious. The one with the honeycomb. Oh, I might be tempted. If Megan does a new product drop, so you can see the raspberry spread is sold out. Megan, if you some advice from me, if you put your strawberry as a solo branch, it's going to completely sell out. So yeah, it's crazy. Everybody is saying that Megan stuff is not, nobody wants it. So who's buying it then? Derangers, haters, who's buying it? I know you are buying it. I know the haters are buying it. I know the haters are buying it because they're Megan's biggest fans. But like, it's crazy that she's selling out all this stuff, you know. So happy for her. She's really truly inspiring, Megan Sussex. I love this for her. I really do. So yeah, we've spoken about the as ever. I think on that topic we can now move on to the next thing, which is Kate Middleton. Allow me to take a pause. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll tie the Kate Middleton. Hi, oh, hello, Maria. Hello. Don't worry, I will tie the Kate Middleton thing to what's happening in Wales because, guys, have you? Can these people be more ridiculous? Anyway, for those of you who missed it, Kate Middleton decided to bore us all to death this week the and host something because let's keep it 500%. As we all know at this time, we never see Kate or William unless it is a reaction to something Meghan and Harry have done. So I'm guessing the leather pouch, this particular arrangement that she had this week would have been booked weeks in advance. I'm still trying to figure out what happened weeks in advance that would have got them to do this. I'm still trying to think about it. But let me talk about what I want to talk about. Cape Middleton. Maybe because in number of things have happened. A number of things have happened. So I'm not particularly sure what motivated this one event she decided to have this week. Kate Middleton continues to trigger all of us guys with her eating disorder. She continues to trigger everybody with her eating disorder. She continues to trigger everybody with her eating disorder. It's so tiring. It really, truly is at this point. And I don't even know what to say, frankly. It's kind of like the fact that the British media continues, oh, I blocked them from my stuff. Let me find the article. I forgot that I blocked Daily Mail. Kate Middleton. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton. Cameron. So, Kate Middleton had an event this week, guys. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. She's so irrelevant. I barely remember. Before I talk about Kate Middleton, can we talk about how what's his name has destroyed this platform? Elon Musk. You can't find anything anymore. He's completely destroyed this platform. And you see the fundamental difference. If I mistakenly type something like sugar and I click on it and I click on one of the links, I will be inundated for the rest of my life with that sugar thing that I clicked. That is not how algorithms are supposed to work. It shouldn't be that sensitive, you know. And this is what we talk about, guys. When all these tech billionaires come in and spoil things for everyone. I digress. So, did you guys catch this? The royal popularity poll. Let's I didn't even know this was not what I was going to talk about. This was not what I was going to talk about. I didn't realize that they had run yet another emotional support poll. But let's listen to this nonsense, guys. Let's listen to the British
Prince
Press.
William is the most popular member of the royal family, according to the latest tracker from YouGov. January 2026 ratings, followed very closely by his wife, the Princess of Wales. They've got favourability ratings of 74% and 77% respectively even. Princess Anne, number 3, the King, number 4. Now, Meghan and Andrew, where do you think they were?
Who's below which one? That's the question. I think Andrew's at the bottom.
Andrew is at the very bottom. It's his lowest ever favourability rating. Just 3% of the British public have a positive view of Prince Andrew.
3% have a positive... Still
3%.
But hang on, there is a principle in polling called the lizard man constant.
Oh,
now, this is that you will always find between 3 and 5% of any poll that says something ridiculous, like lizard men are running the world.
Okay.
4%, I think, was the percentage of Obama voters in America who believed Obama was the Antichrist. I mean, it's the sort of nonsense noise that you get in a poll. It's usually 3-4%.
Well, you know,
Talking of nonsense noise,
I mean, Andrew, you know, he's still a grandfather and he's still a father. Anyway, Meghan also had her worst favourability ratings ever, 19%. But the thing that struck me in this polling is that 64% of Brits think we should continue to have monarchy, but only half think it's value for money, which means 49%, to be precise, think that the royal family costs way too much money. Of course, last year there was a lot of criticism around the duchies, particularly Prince William and the Duchy of Cornwall, charging rent to the NHS, the Ministry of Defence, schools, etc. William has tried to rectify that, having inherited the duchy from his father, by changing the way that grassroots organisations and charities have to pay rent. So there was also some criticism around kind of this old, archaic feudal law, which meant that if you owned your own property on duchy land, you could only have a leasehold and not a freehold, because the freehold still was belonging to the Prince of Wales or the King, depending on which duchy. William has abolished that.
Oh, so he's shrinking his own land holdings.
He is. And also, so he's making a lot of changes to the duchy, is the point I'm trying to make, which means that when eventually he does become king, I suspect there's going to be a lot of cost-saving measures when it comes to how the royal family is funded. So I think there's 500 staff, just over, which are funded by the sovereign grant, which is basically our money. You know, tens of millions a year that the sovereign grant costs us. So maybe he'll take a look at that, but I am assured that he'll continue the big staple traditions that give us the USP for Great Britain, the coronation, trooping the colour, that's all staying.
That's the thing. I think the Spanish royal family is less popular than ours because they all wear suits and ties all the time. They don't have the big coronation. They don't have the pomp and circumstance. I think that, like, what makes our royal family so special and unique is all of the silly hats and the gold and the jewels and all of that. If that goes, then what's the point of them?
Yeah, although William yesterday was at the farm in Hereford wearing a flat cap and a barber jacket, so he wanted to look like a farmer yesterday. It's the variety, Tom.
Right. I personally think if you're king, you should have to wear the crown all the time. It would be much better.
I wouldn't want to ensure that.
Do you see how ridiculous these people are? Do you just see how ridiculous these people are? Like I said, this was not what I was looking for. I was looking for something else. I didn't realize that they had released another emotional support pool. So I'm guessing, and again, this now ties into the third topic we're going to talk about. The how is their crisis manager getting on? So I'm going to tie the crisis manager with Megan's complete sellout of the bookmarks made by a female-led company in Wales and Kate's appearance. Now, as we can see, they had to quickly release another emotional support pool, maybe because Megan has another successful sellout. Kate continues to single-handedly destroy the fashion business of the UK. And of course, William and Kate's ridiculous pretext, around their marriage because nobody's falling for that. So I'm guessing the poll was a quick reaction to that. The idea that, and you can tell that it's because of the crisis manager guys, because now all of a sudden, William is now the most is now the most popular royal in the UK. It used to be Kate. When and how did it become William? When and how did it become William? And notice how in the poll, he didn't mention what poll. He didn't mention what scientific measures were used to measure this information. He didn't even ask what type of questions were asked to people to get to where we are. He just reported it because one, GB News is not a news channel. Let me say it again. This is for the international audience because there's quite a number of you here. GB News is not a news channel. They are a news channel in the way Fox News is a news channel. They are a news channel in the way that, I don't know, give me any other type of tabloid channel that is just there for propaganda. That is what GB News is. So I wouldn't take anything they say seriously. They are all part of the machinery used by the political class to sell you a whole lot of bullshit. The royal family is one of the things they sell you bullshit because why are they? Let me tell you why. For those of you who don't believe me, why are you polling Meghan? Why Meghan? Of all people, Meghan is no longer a working royal. The reason we have these polls is because the British royal family actually costs us money. Meghan is a private citizen, so why is she part of your pool? just a group of unserious people. So this is why the squad is referred to the polls as the emotional support polls, because one, we don't know what it is based on. It's not based on any logical scientific measurement that is reliable. They always tend to come out from right-wing entertainment sites that call themselves news channel, GB News. Have you noticed that it's mainly GB News that always gives out the polls? It's nobody else. GB News or Sky, these are two platforms that are known to not have any relevant or accurate information about anybody that isn't Prince William or King Charles. And again, let's bring back the point that Kate used to be Kate used to be the quote unquote secret weapon. Now it's William. This is how you know the crisis manager has started doing her job. It's no longer about Kate, it's about William. Watch this space. I'm bringing it back to the Welsh female business. Now, for those of you who may have missed it, William and Kate at the start of the year said that every month they were going to highlight a British business. Now, I was wondering, if you recall, I said we never hear from William or Kate unless they are reacting to something Harry and Meghan have done. So somebody was saying on the internet that it's very possible that this announcement is because they caught wind of the fact that Meghan was working with British businesses on her As Ever website. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. In as much as I didn't hear from the company before the goods were released, right? It's not impossible that somebody spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody, or maybe there was just some sort of word of mouth thing going on, because it would never have occurred to them to highlight British businesses if something wasn't happening in Harry and Meghan's camp. Let's keep it 500%. Now, I would be happy for the British businesses that they suddenly care about highlighting if Kate Middleton herself was not single-handedly destroying the fashion business in the UK. As at a few days ago, when I was doing some research on it, there are 10 fashion houses that are facing financial trouble. I won't say because of Kate, but Kate Middleton, who is supposed to be the fashion patron. I don't know if that's official, but that's what the press keeps telling us. If she truly was the fashion patron, how come every single clothier that she's worn, why are they all flopping? Why are they all going bankrupt? Right? She's the fashion correspondent. She's the fashion person. So why are they all going bankrupt? Hmm? The Rangers, would you care to comment in the chat? Because whenever we ask you these questions, you never have any answer. Or would you care to comment? Why is nobody buying Kate's clothes? I thought she's important now. I thought she was famous. So why are all these fashion houses going out of business? Hmm? We have moving on. We have Prince William here, who went to Herefordshire to discuss farmers' mental health. I'm not sure why. Why? Again, I'm not saying that farmers cannot have mental health problems. I'm not saying that, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form minimizing it. There is a lot of stuff coming with the Labour government that will impact farmers. So I can understand their stresses, but I'm not particularly sure what this mental health initiative is supposed to be doing. Could it be a reaction to the fact that Harry and Meghan, through Archwell Philanthropies, have not sold, but have handed over their initiative, the Parent Network, to a wider parent network community? So the parent network that was started by the Archwell Philanthropies is now being handed over to a different company. I will get to that point. It wouldn't surprise me if that was in reaction to it. So this is the video that I was actually supposed to be showing you guys. Kate Middleton, sorry, Princess Catherine. And this is what I keep telling you guys about her eating disorder. Let's talk about it.
Family, so she isn't yet at school. I was, hello. Good to see you. Has anyone brought that cowboy hat with them this time?
This time, I thought you still have yours.
So Charlotte is playing rugby, but at home with the family, so she isn't yet at school. I was asking how many schools are actually incorporating rugby. I don't know are yet, because rugby is so accessible. So Louis playing touch rugby, and it's such a great game. And actually, they shouldn't necessarily need to pigeonhole boys and girls into particular sports too early. Obviously, as they get physically stronger. George, now if I play at home, I do not want to get tackled.
Yeah, I think we asked if Charlotte plays any rugby, and she said that she actually does want to play rugby, but she's not in school yet. But the two boys are involved in rugby and love it, and the game of rugby, what it brings to people, and as an individual, but also as families, is something that she's very bought into. So it's nice to see that rugby is in the royal family as well, because we know how much we value it, but to see them value it as well is huge respect.
Lovely. Now, one thing to say here, one thing I would like to call out here is the Red Roses rugby, they won last year. They won last year. Because I recall when I heard that Kate was doing a reception for them. Yeah, I was like, wait, when did I even thought it was 2024. No, it was last year they won. They won in August, right? August, September. So it's very baffling to me that why did it take Kate 4, 5 months to host them? Why did it take you this long? Hmm? It's not as if you were doing anything, Kate. You had capacity, God knows. There was no reason why you couldn't host them immediately because I recall you attended one of their games. So why couldn't you host them until January? Was it because you were on vacation? Again, they don't do anything that is not a reaction to something Harry and Meghan have done. So I'm guessing the reason they put it, I'm not particularly sure what, because I don't think I am not wrong to say it. I don't think Meghan has done any, and she may have. I think all these things they are doing is probably because don't forget that Harry and Meghan do quite a lot of things behind the scenes. And I'm very sure that the British, now that Harry has established a certain type of relationship with the British government, as well as his dad, they are getting some intel about some of the work that Harry and Meghan have done. And even through their website, the actual philanthropies, if you go through all the things that Harry and Meghan have done, it's pretty remarkable that they've been able to achieve all that without having taxpayer money, British government support. It's just Harry and Meghan together been able to build a very robust and active philanthropic uh, network. So all this popping out that we're seeing may just even be a reaction to that. It may be a reaction to the ever-growing actual philanthropies that William and Kate have woken up for some reason. I could be wrong though. Like I said, we don't ever see them out and about unless something is happening with Harry and Meghan. So I guess, guys, watch this space. I'm sure we will get more information very soon. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. And to call out, oh wow, that company met Meghan in Paris. Really? Electra, I had no idea. And then yeah, the main reason for pointing out
Hello. Good to see you. Has anyone brought that cowboy hat with them this time?
This time, I thought you still have yours.
So Charlotte is playing rugby, but at home with the family, so she isn't yet at school. I was asking how many schools are.
sorry about that. Oh, I didn't realize I was gonna play again. My bad. Yeah, so yes, it might very well be, but that wasn't what I wanted to call the video for. Kate and her continued weight loss. Let me expand the picture a bit if it's possible to see how skinny she is. When are we going to address this problem? When are we going to address this problem? You don't realize how skinny Kate is because, again, we don't see her that often. So when you see her, you forget how skinny she is. But then when you see her in the midst of people that are just normal size, then you realize how emaciated she looks. And I keep on telling you guys that the British media and the British family, to me, are very aware of what's going on with Kate. I believe the reason why nobody is saying anything is because they haven't yet found the angle they can use to profit from it. See? When I was telling you guys that the only person that is not um, expendable in the British royal family is the current monarch and the upcoming monarch. Everybody else is expendable. Everybody else. Everybody else. Because what do you mean? You are looking at Kate looking like that, and nobody is saying, girl, what the hell? And have you noticed that because of how skinny she is, look at the type of clothes they are putting her in. They don't have a choice. This is literally all, because even her suit, the way the suit has been styled, the suit has been styled in a way that it's not too slim on her body. Because when they make clothes too slim on her body, then it becomes very alarming that, wow, why are you that thin? Have you guys observed that she doesn't, even when she wears, I don't really see her wear her dresses anymore. And it has nothing to do with, oh, it has nothing to do with fashion. I really believe they try to avoid putting her in dresses because then it's very obvious what's happening to her body. It's to me, it's very obvious what's going on with Kate, and it's very alarming. Honestly, it's very alarming. The more we see her, the more we are reminded this woman has an eating disorder. And you can't convince me otherwise. You can't. You can't because it doesn't make any sense. She shouldn't be looking like this. And people that call herself her fans, I don't hear any of you. Sorry. I don't hear, oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I don't hear any of you shouting. Because I can tell you this much, if the Sussex squad observed that Meghan was looking emaciated, we will be raising hell about it. But you guys don't care about Kate. Kate is not a person to you people. She is just someone that you use to attack Meghan because your hatred of Meghan is significantly higher than whatever feelings of positivity you claim to have about Kate. She looks unhealthy. The more you see her, the more obvious it is. And the more reason why I believe that Kate is not going abroad anytime soon. And it has nothing to do, in my opinion, with the American thing. She's not going abroad or she's not being brought out because they don't want people to linger too much on the fact that she doesn't look healthy. Quote me or sue me if you don't believe me. Part of the reason Kate is not going out is that she's looking really bad. And it's alarming to see. And that is the truth. Not to mention, she doesn't actually add any value when she's out and about. Like I said, Kate, the only thing Kate has been doing is tanking fashion, the UK fashion industry. Kate Middleton is single handedly destroying the UK fashion industry. Hi, Elfas. Kate Middleton, the only thing that will be Kate's legacy is the single-handed destruction of the fashion industry. Because instead of people to actually, pay attention to the fact that she needs help, it's just a mess. And I'm wondering at what point I'm I'm still waiting to see at what point this thing is going to be addressed. Because I don't like Kate, but I don't think anybody wants anybody to suffer. I truly don't want this for her. I really don't, really. Eating disorders are terrible. eating disorders kill people. And not even that, because of the type of platform she is, or rather she has for herself, it's very dangerous because there are people who will look at Kate um and this body that she has and think this is okay. And I'm sorry, I don't want that. I don't want us to look at Kate and think that this is okay. You are not supposed to be looking like this, especially in front of a camera. How can you be looking that skinny in front of a camera? Especially when your body was never designed that way. Everybody keeps on lying whenever I bring it up that, oh, Kate has always been tall and athletic. Yes, yes, she's always been tall and athletic. She has never been tall and emaciated. And she looks terrible. She looks significantly older than her age. Every time they take a picture of her, they have to use AI. They have to use AI, ladies and gentlemen. Every picture of her you see, she's looking good. Go and check. Has been used to augment her features. And nobody is saying anything. Nobody in the press is like, okay. I personally believe this and the continued failure of William and Kate to generate any type of international or national interest is why they have a crisis manager. Don't let them lie to you. You don't hire a crisis manager when everything is going well. A PR person is not a crisis manager. A crisis manager is somebody who has been brought in to solve a crisis. That is the beginning and the end of their work. And the crisis that we have here is Kate and William. Oh, sorry, I'm just realizing that my face is not up. Sorry, let me bring this down. My bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my OBS to sit down properly. Let me just move this up here. Yeah. Oh, let me reduce this. But we've spoken about kids now, and I'm bored. So let's talk about the next thing on the list. Oh yes. During this week, we also spoke about kids flopping spectacularly on ITV. Thanks. I was going to mention it Elfast, but I wasn't sure because I've already spoken about it before. But since we're rounding up the week, Kate's Christmas show flopped. In other news, water is wet. Now, I'll be honest, I knew it was going to flop because nobody's checking for Kate. But even I have to give props where props are due. I didn't think she would flop this badly. I didn't because I know she flopped, but I've never actually I don't think I've ever actually properly looked at the actual numbers. So you can imagine my shock when I saw that not up to it was just about 2 point something million people, which is terrible for it is bad. That is very, very, very bad. For context, there are 60 million people in the UK, approximately. And according to the emotional polls they keep on releasing, Kate is one of the most popular royals in the UK. So one would assume that when she has a TV show, the TV show will be a success. That's what one would assume, right? You would assume that the show will at least the royalist and the thirsty. We want to go back to when things were, at least the grandpas and the grandmas will be watching that garbage. But it didn't even get up to, I don't think it got up to 2.5 million in a country of 60 million, where you are supposed to be the most popular royal. You're supposed to be the most popular royal, Kate. You brought out your daughter, hawked her in front of the TV, and yet you couldn't even get more than max 2.5 million people watching your show. And let me put it into further context, guys. This show was aired at different times, I believe. It was aired, I think, when they had their initial broadcast. When it occurred, I don't remember. but it was also aired on Christmas or the day before Christmas. The day before Christmas, a lot of people were not working, they were at home. On Christmas Day, they were all eating, Christmas Day, people will be home with family, they'll be sitting down in front of the telly, and she couldn't even get 2.5 million people to watch her show. In fact, it did worse than what happened than the show she had last year, if that was even possible. The excuse last year was okay, it was only airing on the BBC. This year, her show aired on ITV and BBC, and it flopped worse. Let me say it again. Her show, I believe, only aired on the BBC last year, and it got 2 point something. Her show aired on the BBC and ITV. These are free channels to watch things in the UK, by the way, especially if you're at home with family, friends, or yourself. And the ratings were worse. And to give it even further context, not only did she strut out her daughter for ratings and also said that, it's going to be a star-studded show. Apparently, there were some Hollywood hard hitters. I don't know who the Hollywood stars were. I don't know who the Hollywood stars were. I think Eugene Levy was there. I'm not sure. But let's keep it 500%. Why would British people give a damn about Hollywood people attending a Christmas Carol show hosted by Snorefest Kate Middleton? Why would they? And this is what I'm telling you guys. It's not as if these people don't have media people working for them. It's not as if they don't have analysts working for them. All they had to do was just look, because there's enough data, right? They keep on picking up the things that Megan is doing, but they are not picking up. But I don't know if it's incompetence. I don't know if it's laziness and incompetence. I don't know if it's something else on top of laziness and incompetence. But like the inability to study somebody to the extent that they've studied Megan and not be able to pick out the useful content for yourself is deeply baffling. Did they think the reason Megan had a show on as called With Love Megan? How many celebrities did you see on that show? How many? Because I'm sure when Megan was doing it, the first thing that came to her mind was that credibility factor. I don't want my show to be popular because I invited Oprah or I invited somebody famous. So she got people she knew, people who were her friends, and people who she's worked with in the past. People who were all largely unknown. Nobody's going to click for them. And her show still got to top 10 in countries all over the world with Netflix. Her Christmas special was top 10. And this is the person you're telling me is not popular. Megan doesn't need a poll. The numbers speak for themselves. Kate Middleton is the most popular, according to what you've just. I'm so glad I heard that video. You heard Cameron Walker say that Kate Middleton is the most popular royal in the UK. Okay, let's pretend the polls did not exist. How can you prove she's the most popular royal in the UK? She had a free to watch Christmas Carol. Nobody watched it. She even went to bring meh, British Hollywood stars. Nobody watched it. And you are coming and telling me, I've just clicked it now, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my brain didn't catch it. The reason they released that poll is because the Sussex squad was spreading all over the internet that Kate Middleton's Christmas Carol flopped. Because I was wondering, why are they bringing out a poll this time around? I was thinking it was because of the leather thing that Meghan sold. But no, it's not Meghan. I mean, it could be, it most likely is. But then you see Megan continuing to sell out. And you see Kate, the one thing that they were hyping Kate over for months, the one thing they were going on and on about, they were trying to tell us everything. That Megan is trying to upstage Kate. Megan is trying to do this, that she doesn't have Kate's star and everything, everything, everything. Okay, fine. Remove the polls. Just let the numbers talk for themselves. Your show flopped. On a day, on Christmas Day, when everybody was forced to be at home, Kate, your show flopped. Your show did not even break top 10. It didn't break top 20. It didn't break top 30. It didn't break top 40. It didn't break top 50. Do you know how bad your show has to be to not break top 50 on Christmas in the UK? We don't have the amount of cable channels America has. Okay, fine, we have Netflix. Okay, fine, people are actually watching TV anymore. But who wants to bet, even if that Christmas Carol show was on Netflix, nobody would have watched it. That's why they can't get streamers. How can you compete when you can't compare? Because ultimately, look, let's give it 500%. These streamers are businesses. If Kate and William were as popular as they say they were, if Kate had said, you know what, Megan has Netflix, okay, fine, I want my own streamer, give me Disney. Disney, I want to air my Christmas Carol. You think Disney would not take it if Kate was popular? Let me tell you what I think happened. I think they marketed. Look, I find it hard to believe these streamers did not reach out to William and Kate. I think what happened was Meghan and Harry were able to get Netflix, right? William and Kate, or rather William, more than anybody else, would have reached out to streamers. Okay, fine. I want to also market my own content as well. That's why he went on Amazon on Clarkson's Farms. Because when he tried to market his own show, do you guys recall his homeless initiative show on Disney that flopped? That people didn't watch it in ITV. Why do you think they watch it on Disney? Of course, we don't have the numbers because when it comes to monitoring what Meghan and Harry do, they will very quickly run to tell everybody if the show flops. But when William obviously flops, silence. So yes, I believe that emotional support poll came out in reaction to Kate flopping on her Christmas show because they didn't report it. Cameron didn't report it. I didn't see any of the royal rota reporting that flop. But guess who did? The squaddies. The squaddies were very happy to post and repost and overpost that Kate is a flop. And then you put that together with Meghan selling out a Welsh company's leather bookmark. Of course, they had to release an emotional support pool. It was time. But here is the difference. Yeah. Because William now has a crisis manager that I believe he has hired for himself. Let me be very clear. I don't believe he hired that person to help him and his wife. This is for William. That crisis manager, she's there to work with William. Nobody cares about Kate. Because if they cared about Kate, something would have been said about her flop Christmas show. Was silence. But they want you, ladies and gentlemen, to believe that this woman is the most popular royal. Okay, actually, no, sorry, my bad. Now that William has the crisis manager that he hired for himself, who wants to put money on the table that going forward, we will be hearing that William is the most popular royal, not Kate, William. Who wants to bet? Because the most popular royal fluctuates depending on who's pushing the narrative at the time. I'm sure, you know what it wouldn't surprise me, Twingy, if that was Jason's idea, actually. Who wouldn't surprise me if the crisis manager was Jason's idea? It wouldn't surprise me. Because they've tried everything. What haven't they tried to do? They have tried to smear Harry and Meghan. All they have done is make people like them more. They have tried to exile Harry. Harry is coming back. They've tried to exile Meghan. Meghan is coming back. Don't even get it twisted. They've tried to tank Meghan's business. They've seen the numbers. Even though I don't believe how the information was gleaned, I believe, and I'm here to say, I believe Meghan has sold more than 27 million. Because don't forget, the 27 million they are saying is based off just the jam. And it's based off, guys, it's based off the package. I got it wrong. I thought that they were referring to the individual jars of jam. They were referring to the packages. Do you know those fruit spread packages that Megan was selling? If we move with the assumption that the fruit packages are feeding into the wider stock for her jam, that's 27 million just on jam. We haven't spoken about flour sprinkles. We haven't spoken about the crepe, because the crepe mix is always sold out. I the crepe mix sells out pretty quickly. Maybe not as quickly as the jam, but it always sells out. You will never go on her website and the crepe mix is there. It's always sold out. Yeah. So they've tried to flop Megan. Just on jam alone, she's made $27 million. They've tried to flop her TV show. Really? They've tried to flop her podcast. It hasn't worked. They've tried to spoil her reputation. Hollywood has been shown to like Harry and Meghan. Okay, fine. We can't fail them. We can harass them in the UK, but it's not working because Harry is coming back. And they saw what happened the last time Harry came back. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Fresh Face. Shout out to Fresh Face in the chat. Thank you, my dear. Please like the chat, guys. Like the chat, like the chat, like the chat. Like the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Like the chat so we can get more engagement, more algorithm. We're doing great tonight. Mess. Fresh Face, mess. So when you've tried very hard to flop somebody, it's not working. Okay, fine. You can't beat them. Let me try and join them. William had earth shit. And this is the thing that annoys me because I'm not a deranger. Earth Shot could actually be a very good charity. It's there for sustainability and the environment. But you see, that is not what William told everybody, that Earth Shot is not a charity organization. So basically, Earth Shot is probably some sort of lobbying cover. Because do you remember that they had it in Brazil? All of COP30 descended on Brazil. I believe that they are all there to exploit Brazil, the Amazon ecosystem. And I believe it is tied to all the work they are doing with AI. I'm going to have a live on M for recap. So I'll give you that tea. So yeah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, when you can't fail, when you can't fail them, and you certainly can't join them. Somebody said something on Sussex Twitter, and I agree with her comment. She was like, "Oh, shout out to you, oh, thank you, Twangi. I really appreciate it." Someone said something on Sussex X. And I agree with this statement. What she said was the British media probably significantly underestimated how incompetent William was at his job. Do you guys agree? Thanks, Twingy. Do you guys agree that the British media underestimated how bad William was at his job? Maybe. Because even I'll keep it 500%. I didn't even realize how bad William was at his job. I had no idea he was going to be this bad, ladies and gentlemen. This incompetent. I had no idea because they were fighting so hard to get rid of Harry and Meghan. So I thought, okay, you know what? It's all yours now. Go crazy. I didn't expect them to be this bad. I don't think anybody expected them to be this bad. I think this is a shock to everybody, actually. And that's why the crisis manager is here, ladies and gentlemen. She's here to solve a problem. And I don't know, to me, I'm sorry, she's late. The crisis manager should have been hired the instant Harry and Meghan left. Should have been hired then to sit down. Okay, what do we do now? If the crisis manager had been hired then, maybe that Caribbean tour wouldn't have happened. Because I think what William and Kate were hoping for was, okay, now that Harry and Meghan are out of the way, we can do these Caribbean tours now. We can be seen in the Commonwealth. Because don't forget, Harry and Meghan left 2020, Oprah interviewed 2021, 2022, these two morons went on the Caribbean tour. On the colonialist Caribbean tour, as I call it. And it was a fucking disaster. It was such a fucking disaster. They have yet to go for another international tour. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, what do we say in this situation? To whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is given, much is expected. William and Harry went to the best school in this country. They went to the best school. Given all the opportunities, we're giving all the opportunities, guys. All the opportunities. William, especially, was trained to be a king. If you look at the videos of him interacting with people, he's so awkward. It's uncomfortable to watch. Once in a while, they find him some blacks to go take pictures with. It's so forced and uncomfortable. He's just not, he has the charisma of a rock. And we've allowed him to get away with it. And that's why we are here. That's why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. An incompetent king, just incompetence lathering the whole place. I don't know what the future is going to be for the Sussexes. Personally, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm happy for Megan to come back. I am not afraid on her behalf. Because fuck them. They need her more than she needs them. It's very clear who the star of the royal family is. They can release all the polls that they want and tell all the lies they want. We're not blind. And we're not deaf. And let's keep it 500%. The British media want her here. They need her here. They're very excited about her coming here. You can usually feel it in the air. It feels like Beyonce homecoming. They really want her to come. Anyway. I'm going to go in the chat now. I've said everything I want to say. So, guys, please. Ooh, crap. Sorry. Oh, no. Sorry. That's the problem with doing this thing like this. Because I have to charge my phone. Yeah. So I have to. Hopefully, you can see me now. If I were Megan, I will pay them dust and never go back. It, the funny thing is, I get where you're coming from, but I kind of want her to come back. I think she should come back. If she if she wants to. I'm not forcing her to come back. Because how painful will it be if she comes back triumphant? She is coming back triumphant. They tried to bully her. They tried to beat her into submission. When she left, they wouldn't leave her alone. They harass her, continue to harass her. They lie on her. They try to destroy her businesses. They try to tank her opportunities. They try to spoil her reputation. They told lies about her. They put her life in danger. I will come back and hold my head up high. And as somebody who is a fan of history, it plays. It really does. Think of all this Game of Thrones epics. A king or a prince or or somebody was exiled, had to run into hiding in a foreign land, make new friends, build new networks, and they've returned back home triumphant. It will be the great Meghan triumph. Although I know that Meghan is not going to do any of that for our benefit, let's keep it 500%. I think it'll be cool. I don't think Meghan will come back here. I think she should go back. I don't think there's any world that Harry will come to do Invictus and Meghan will not be there. Meghan doesn't owe these people anything. Security. Can I give you my honest opinion, guys? I think the security question has been settled. Do you know why I think the reason why I believe the security question has been settled? The crisis manager. Why would Billy Idol get a crisis manager if he wasn't worried, if he wasn't preparing for Meghan and Harry to come back? Meghan and Harry is coming back, are coming back. I'm not saying that she's playing hero. I'm just saying that I understand everybody's concerns, but I'm telling you why I want her to come back. I want her to come back triumphant. Because anytime Meghan chooses to come, she might come this year, next year, never. She will always be triumphant because Meghan had the last laugh. She left. She removed herself from a toxic environment. She left with her husband. She left with her child. All three of them left. They are safe. They are thriving. They've brought a new baby to the mix. She's wealthy. What are we talking about? I'm just saying that from a petty, and again, guys, I'm not saying this is Megan. I'm saying this for me. From my own perspective, from a petty person's perspective, I will come back shit. Why not? But even with police protection, she still needs to leave the UK for her safety. Yeah, yeah. Because guys, and this is the thing I tell people, the reason why the British media keep talking about her is not just because they make money from her, is because they want to activate somebody to hurt her. Because the things they say are not just intrusive, they are dangerous. They paint her out in a very negative, dangerous light. The aim is to activate somebody who is angry enough to want to hurt her. But yeah, I think the security question has been answered. I think the only reason they haven't announced it, so what somebody was saying is it might not be announced yet because of the cases that are coming up. Me, I don't know. But like, I believe that they've already answered the question. They don't owe the British media a damn thing. I think when they're ready to announce, I think part of the security thing might be also privacy and confidentiality. The British media might communicate to Harry and his team. Because don't forget, guys, they want Harry in Ukraine. So there are conditions they will have to make with him. Harry has been to Ukraine multiple times, I believe, at the behest of the British government. Yes. Because Harry is still a prince. Harry has the Invictus Games, but Harry is not entering Ukraine without the knowledge of the British government. It's not possible. I'm sorry, it's not possible. So they need Harry in Ukraine. And for them to be able to protect that secret, what makes you think they've not already made arrangements for Meghan and the kids? I have no doubt in my mind they've already made arrangements for them. And Harry will bring his family when he wants. Now, in terms of the children's privacy, I believe that was the first thing they would have talked about. I believe what they would have said is the kids will come, yes, but they probably will not put them in the public. They might come and keep them with Harry's uncle. They might bring Doria as well, keep them with Harry's uncle and Meghan's mom. The press will never see them. Harry and Meghan brought the kids here to see the Queen. No one knew, and no one got their images. So why would they get them now? And don't forget, guys, don't forget this very important fact, right? I have no doubt in my mind, members of the British government or public and press have seen Archie and Lilibeth. I believe they know what they look like, but they cannot publish their pictures. They can't. They're not allowed to. You know how much trouble you will get into if you publish somebody's if you publish somebody's child's picture against their consent, even in the UK. That's a crime. That is actually a crime. That is a criminal act. And who wants that problem? If you go and publish Harry and Meghan's kids without anybody giving you the go ahead, the parents giving you their permission, Harry can sue all of you out of existence. Harry literally can sue you all out of existence. And no judge in the world will stop him. You cannot publish anybody's minor children without their consent. You can't. Not on any publication in this Western world. That's part of the reason why when Billy Idol and Kate went on their ski trip, the mistake the French media made was to photograph the kids. If they had just photographed what's his name, Billy Idol and his wife, that lawsuit probably wouldn't have gone anywhere. Let's keep it 500%. But because the kids were in the lawsuit, that was the step too far. You cannot publish people's kids without you can't publish people's underage children without their consent. You can't. And don't forget that when they published those pictures, Kate and William were in France and they still sued. Who wants that smoke in the UK? Who wants that? Which national paper do you think will publish Harry and Meghan's children's images without their consent? Harry is still the king's son. He's still protected by the British government. You can't do that. It won't fly. Of all the things you would do, that would be the stupidest one. So I'm not worried about them publishing the pics of the kids. They won't dare. They won't dare. Mm-mm. They won't try it. 'Cause I keep telling you guys, I have no doubt there are paparazzi all over this world that have pictures of Lilibet and Archie. With the way the British media stalk Harry and Meghan, you think they won't have those pictures? But who's going to publish it for them? Who wants that smoke? Because don't forget, you can publish it yourself, but all Harry and Meghan have to do is complain to Instagram or TikTok or something, and they'll take it down. So whatever money you think you're going to make, you won't make it, and they can arrest you, especially if you took the pictures in California. In the UK, all this paparazzi, where they make money, they take pictures and they sell them. Okay, you sell it to Daily Mail. If Daily Mail can't publish it, what is the point? What is the point? They won't give you $500,000 if they can't publish those pictures. What would be the point? So yeah, I'm not worried about Lily and Archie. They wouldn't dare publish their images without their parents' consent. So yeah, let Megan come if she wants to come. I just want her to like feel the love in the UK because I feel she's going to get a lot of love when she comes to the UK, contrary to the nonsense that the British media. And this is one thing I also know. I know that they know Megan is going to get a lot of love if she comes. So this is just kind of intimidation tactics. Sorry. If Megan has armed police with her, if Megan has armed police with her, she can come. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the idiots in the media deceive you. If she has armed police protection, she can come. But I think we can all agree that nobody is forcing anybody to do anything they don't want to do. If she doesn't want to come, she doesn't want to come. That's okay too. So yeah, that's okay too. So guys, I'm going to do a live in 30 minutes on my other channel where I will be recapping Heated Rivalry episode 4. Please come and join me if you're interested in. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me do a recap before. Let me post it on here. I'm doing a live on N4 Recaps Heated Rivalry episode 4, and we will be watching some parts of it as well. Oh, you don't? Okay. If anybody else does, please come and join me. That will be video, don't worry. I have the Google Drive. We we can't sit down and be blindly watching the show, don't worry. But like we can be talking about parts of it. So yeah, if anybody wants to join me, please come and join me. We'll be talking about it. None of the smecks will be shown because this is still YouTube. And also, guys, I have the Discord channel. I'm going to put it in the post, the Discord channel, where we will be having more lives there so that people can talk to me and we can talk to each other. I'm going to post the link so that you can join me. And I'm going to be streaming a bit more. My tech stuff, I will be streaming. I'll be doing a lot of streams this evening because I don't think I have a bit of insomnia. I've Please join me on Twitch if you're on Twitch. If not, I will stream on my M4 recaps as well and join me there. So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys at yeah. Of course, Lorna, take care. And for everybody else, thank you for joining. I am heading off now. We had quite a lot of people here this evening, which surprised me. I do appreciate all your support. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share. Please continue to like, join, subscribe, guys. Subscribe. So we can grow the channel. We need to get to 3K. Come on. We're nearly there. Get me to 3K, guys. And yeah, I'll catch you in 30 minutes in the M4 recaps. I will be recapping Heated Rivalry episode 4. I'm doing a live because my live just came up. And yeah, please continue to support my channels. Thank you for all your support. And I'll catch you on the other side. Bye. Bye.